Mabuhay, and welcome to the 2015 edition of Philippine Culture Night. My name is Zen Dela Cruz and I'm honored to be your keynote speaker tonight, and I wanted to say maraming salamat sa inyong lahat, to Kim and the E-Board for inviting me to come and be a part of your show, to Janine and Tim for hosting it, to our performers as well as our volunteers and all the attendees, all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for supporting FAA and continuing what FAA is. When I first started going out to Toledo, I never imagined I'd end up going to school there, because it's so far away from the ocean. As you can see, I live a little bit closer. I'm here in it's supposed to be sunny San Diego, California, but I guess it looks kind of like how Toledo is this time of year, so hopefully that helps a little bit, and hopefully a little bit of the warmth, and the nicer weather comes over that way as well. I know it's winter time there, and I heard that's actually the theme of this year's PCN, was it Taglamig sa Toledo. So, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you, when I first heard that was your theme, I was just thinking about all the winters that I got to spend there. I've only spent a couple of them, and being born in Philippines, living in Guam, then out here in San Diego, we don't really get much snow. There's some mountains in the east, and you go there sometimes, more to get pie and everything, but going out to Toledo and experiencing winter, oh my goodness. Let me tell you, everything, I remember everything from the first time I slipped on black ice to seeing frost on my window and seeing ice form, on the windshield, and all that craziness. Having to go out early, 15 minutes early, just to warm up my car and scrape off the snow. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then of course the second time I fell on black ice, which was awesome also. But it's just so crazy because, like I said, these are things I never thought I would ever have experienced myself, and going from that mindset to, oh, this is a regular thing, this is how it should be, it's crazy. And that's kind of like how it is with FAA itself, because when I first came out there, you guys know the story maybe a little bit, for those of you that don't know, FAA started back in 2009, and it was one of my last years there in Toledo. And one of the students came up to me, and she asked me, Jen asked me if, hey, is there a student group for Filipinos? And I said, well, there isn't one. You want to start one? And that's how it started, and it went from there. And my big thing at the beginning was, helping to set the table, because I knew I wasn't going to be there that much longer. I was going to do as much as I could in the time that I had, and knowing that, I was always kind of like in that deadline mentality. Oh, I gotta get this done, I gotta do this, we gotta do this. And along the way, of course I'd get tired, because I was a grad student, I was working as a GA, worked in parks, and the radio station, all of that. But what really kept me going were the students, all of you, from JPAT to Mr. FAA, Brent Sahagan, to everyone in between, to Ate Christina, to Megan, all those guys, and getting to meet like Carlo and the next generation. All of you guys helped motivate me to keep doing what I was doing, because that's what I told myself. No matter how tired I was, no matter how hungry or how broke I was, whatever was going on with me, I just remembered, what? I'm gonna keep making this happen. I still remember this drive down to Columbus to meet up with Ohio State University students, with their group, with PSU. I'm sorry, it's PSA. And so, sorry, Jen, Lou, and everyone from back in the day. But I remember telling them that the reason I'm still doing this is because of you guys. It's because when you came to events, when you participated, you didn't ask what was in it for you. You asked, what can I do to help? And because of that mindset, that mentality, that motivated me to keep going no matter the circumstances, and that's what's important about FAA. And like I said, I never imagined that you guys would have this event, Philippine Culture Night. We went from just participating in ISA, International Village, to hosting our own event. Are you kidding me? That's insane. And that just reminds me that, this is exactly, what I hope for FAA, and I know all our founding members and everyone that's come since has felt that same way, because you know what? I don't know all of you, but the fact that there are more people that I have an opportunity to get to know, and learn about, from hearing, talking to Tim and texting with Brandon, everybody, hearing about what's going on with all of you, that's awesome, because you guys are keeping it strong, you're keeping it going, you're making it your own, which is exactly what I want FAA to do. Back in the day when I did things, and and when we started the group, like I said, we were doing things, and it's a little different now, but that's okay. That means you're evolving, you're growing, you're getting better, and you're making it happen, because being out there compared to being out here, it's a lot different. Out here, Philippine culture is everywhere. Everyone knows what lumpia is. Everyone knows what pancit is. They know places you can go, not just at your auntie's house, but you can go to stores and restaurants and buy pandesal here. And going to Toledo where you have to make it yourself, man, that's a different story. And it's just awesome that FAA is still going strong after all these years, and I'm so proud of all of you for making that happen. Because being Filipino means something here. There in Toledo, and because of what I learned from being out there in Toledo, you guys help remind me and motivate me to learn more about being Filipino here, and making sure that I honor that here in San Diego also, and wherever I am. And there's a saying that part of you remains wherever you've been, and I like to say you're with me wherever I go. And so even though I'm not there in person, even though it's been a little bit since I've actually been there, it's like I feel like I'm still there also, because you guys are always with me wherever I'm going, whatever I'm doing. You guys are a part of me, and I feel like I still represent you even out here. And so I'm gonna do my best to do that. And anytime you guys, anybody in the audience, you guys are thinking about coming out to California, come out my way, you guys are more than welcome. You have a place to stay. Come on out, and I'll show you, what it's like out here too. And like I said, thank you so much again for inviting me to be a part of this event. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but I know, Rick and Sarah and Nina and Nadia, they're representing me as well. I love you guys, everybody. And remember, a big thing, what reminds me of being in Toledo is, when you're there, we get caught up with school and work and life, but it's the little things that matter. And I remember last year when I was there for MFAS, and I took Nina with me, and I had introduced her to all the aunties and uncles, and then I had her mano all the aunties and uncles, and the looks on their faces were like, who's this child? Why does she know how to mano? And I told them, Tita, Tito, when Nina was first born, I taught her how to do that, and I made sure that she kept doing that, and she remembers that. Even when she comes here, she calls my parents Lolo and Lola, and people, it's crazy because there's so much love and understanding. And I remember her even saying that, she considers herself Filipina, and I'm like, yeah, you are, Nina, because that's the thing with FAA is, it's not just being Filipino, by blood. That's not necessarily what it is. It's more than just that. That's great if you are by blood, but you know what? More important, being Filipino by mind, heart, and most importantly, your stomach. And I don't want to keep you guys from your food too much longer. So, you guys go enjoy your time, enjoy the performances. I send all my love to you guys, all my aloha, and hope to see you all soon. And like I said, whenever you guys want to come out to Cali, hopefully it's a little sunnier by then, come on out, okay? Mabuhay.